Buenos dias, buenos tardes, mga amigos, mga amigas. Magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Como esta? Naririto na naman pong muli ang inyong kumpanyero, si Attorney Rene Bueno. And in this episode, I will be discussing with you, the advantages and the edge of Spain over that of the United States of America, Canada, and even Australia. Because over the last few weeks, I have received a lot of emails and I was bombarded with so many messages on why they need to choose Spain over that of the United States. Okay, so today I will explain to you why Spain is better than the United States, and I will base this explanation according to the political stability of its country, the quality of life, and the international relations of these countries vis-a-vis the European countries, Southeast Asian nation, the Asian nations, and America. At tayo naman, hindi naman tayo iba na sa Espanya, no? Alam na alam natin na they are very rich in uh, cultural history at ang kanilang landscape is very stunning. They have these architectural wonders at ang kanilang treatment sa ating mga Pilipino ay kakaiba at medyo very friendly, no, kapag kinumpara ang ating relasyon sa Espanya as versus this USA, Canada, and Australia, because we know for a fact that we were colonized by Spain for more than 333 years, and with that historical ties talaga namang barkada na ang Espanya at Pilipinas, no, at hindi na tayo kakaiba sa kanya. And in this episode, I will discuss to you three factors on why you need to choose Spain. Number one factor is the political stability. Number two factor is the quality of life. And the last is the international relations. And then we will start with this political stability. Now, we are very familiar naman, no, that Spain has a very long history of democratic governance and a multi-party system whereby they have a very stable political environment as compared with the United States. Now, where political polarization are increasing these days. No, pag sinabi kasing political polarization, yung pananaw ng mga tao sa politika ay nagkakaiba-iba at nagkakahiwa-hiwalay. And the tendency is that hindi na possible yung political compromise. At hindi to magandang indikasyon sa isang bansa. At nauuwi ito sa pagkawatak-watak na mga mamamayan dahil because of their different political views. And with this, nagkakaroon ng political instability. At alam naman natin, it is a very fundamental principle in economics that if there is political instability, there will be no more or there will be no economic stability. So yung political polarization has a great effect in the United States and even in Canada. Basahin nyo sa mga newspapers online, hindi maganda ang nagiging sitwasyon ng politika sa mga bansa nito as compared with Spain. At with the election of Donald Trump, no, as the 47th President of the United States, the tension will definitely exacerbate. So pangalawa yung quality of life in Spain. They have a higher quality of life compared with USA and Canada, citing factors like the healthcare. Ang healthcare system sa Espanya ay napakaganda. Kapag ikaw ay nagkasakit diyan sa ospital, no, at magbabayad ka na 80% ng cost of the hospitalization, sinasagot ng gobyerno yan. 20% lang ang babayaran mo. And they also have this affordable education. They have not just affordable, but they have a very high quality of education. And for international students na magka-qualify, like for instance mga Pilipinos, kapag nag-qualify ka sa kanilang mga criteria, ay 20% lang ng tuition fee ang babayaran mo, no, at 80% is shouldered by the government of Spain, provided ikaw ay medyo magaling ng mag-Espanyol at familiar ka na sa kanilang kultura. At also, they have this generous vacation time in Spain. Kapag ikaw ay nagwo-work na ng full-time sa Espanya, ikaw ay entitled to a 30-day vacation, paid vacation per year. Yan ha. At kailangan mandatory, gagamitin mo yan. At hindi mo pwedeng i-monetize yan dahil yan ay patakaran ng kanilang gobyerno na ang bawat empleyado sa loob ng isang taon ng pagtatrabaho, ikaw ay kailangang magbakasyon ng bayad by the employer. And they have a slower pace of life in Spain, no? Unlike in the United States, no? Hanggang ngayon nga sa Espanya nung nagpunta ako doon, abay kada alas 3, alas 2 talaga naman ng mga establishments sa commercial district nagsasara upang makapagsesta at muling magbubukas lamang yan kapag nakapagpahinga na sila. And that is very different in the United States na talaga naman mga Pilipino doon nung ako'y nagpunta tatlo ang trabaho sa loob ng isang araw at kadalasan dyan na obserbahan ko may mga Pilipino na after their third work or second work uuwi ng bahay, nakakotse o minsan nagbabas yan, nagte-train, dadaan sa McDonald's, sakali na nagdi-dinner yan o kaya sa kotse habang nagda-drive, nagmamakdo, hamburger, yun na yung dinner nila. At pagdating niyan sa bahay, ubad ng damit, bulagta sa kama. So, hindi balance yung work-life nila. Walang work-life balance sa kanila, yung sistema ng pagtatrabaho at pagpapahinga hindi balansyado sa Amerika. Hindi katulad sa Espanya. Pwede kang after work daan tayo sa Starbucks, daan tayo sa isang restaurant, at tayo ay mag-unwind. Kaya mong gawin yan sa Espanya, but not in the United States and not in Canada or even in Australia. So yan yung mga ibang mga advantages at edge ng Espanya pagdating sa quality of life. Okay, yung pangatlo, yung international relations. Ang Espanya ay merong strong relationship with other European countries. At ang kanilang stand pagdating sa climate change and international cooperation ay positive ang approach nila. Hindi katulad sa Amerika na masyadong isolationist yan, lalong-lalo na with the victory of Donald Trump to presidency. Medyo ibang-iba ang approach ng Espanya. It is more aligned with the economic values of European countries. So definitely, kung magkakaroon ng problema sa ekonomiya, marami magtutulong-tulong doon sa loob ng European community. At isa yan ang Espanya. Kapag nagkakaproblema yan, tawag lang yan doon sa kapitbahay sa Germany, which is considered as the largest and the number one economy in Europe. Not only in Europe, but in the whole world. Madaming tulungan, maraming kooperasyon na nangyayari sa loob ng European community. Hindi katulad ng stand ng Amerika na masyadong isolationist yan, especially with the election of President Trump. So hanggang dyan na lamang po at kung kayo po ay nagbabalak pumunta sa Espanya, either as a student, may programa po kaming work and study program. Kung kayo naman ay nagbabalak na maging digital nomad visa holder, yung work from home at kayo ay magka-qualify, yung nakuha nyo yung mga criteria, pwede din kayong pumunta sa amin at kami po ay mag-a-assist sa inyo para makuha ninyo ang inyong digital nomad visa. Kung kayo naman ay nagbabalak magnegosyo, pwede yan under the investor's visa, under the entrepreneur's visa, o pwede din do sa non-lucrative visa or golden visa, yung katulad kay Bea Alonso. So hanggang dito na lamang po at send kayo ng email kung kayo po ay interesado sa aming mga programang ino-offer for Filipinos who are interested to study, to work, to live, become a businessman in Spain and later on maging citizen sa bansang ating matalik na kaibigan. Magandang araw po sa inyo lahat.